भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Yesterday we saw that seen from the standpoint of the individual, the jiva, the translation of Maya is what? Ajnanam. We have seen that. Maya means Ajnanam. Ajnanam by itself cannot create problems, because if I don't know something, it's just that I don't know. I can find out. That is simple. But here, I don't know, and then what? Therefore, I come to wrong conclusions about the I, which is detrimental to my liberation. That is the problem. Wrong conclusions make up the bars of the cage. Papa, punya. That I am subject to papa, punya. All these dvandvas. Dvandvas means dyads. Papa, punya. Then what else? Then good, bad. Dharma, adharma. Past, present. Bhuta, bhavishya. All these things make the bars of the cage. And then the person inside this cage of anyatha jnanam, the knowledge of the self not as it is. Ajnanam, I don't know who I am. Anyatha jnanam, therefore I am subject to myriad complexes. I am not lovable. I am not likable. I am not tall enough. I am too tall. I am too short. I am too fat. I am too thin. Never the right size. Never the right weight. And never the right age. So a person who is 40 will keep saying 39, 39, 39, 39. As though in a few months some difference will happen. So this is the problem. This is what we call samsara. And Maya here is Ajnanam and its product. We saw the family tree of Ajnanam. So Ajnanam and then Kama, Avidya, Kama. Don't go to Krodha here, okay? Kama, after that what? Very good. Karma. And then, then Punya Karma Phala, Punya Papa. And then after that, Punarjanma, then again Kama, Karma, the whole thing. Then again Avidya, because the person who is born again is born what? Not as a Jnani, but as a Ajnani. Again, same thing repeats itself. And this is what it is. And so, therefore, the Mayapanchakam is to help us overcome this state of affairs, of everything that we talked about yesterday. And I was very, very happy with the morning class, and I told Swamiji, you have practically taught the first verse. So I can take it easy and meander here and there. So it is very easy. You have made it very easy for me, I told. Because that's exactly what he did. So then we have here, we will enter the verses today and we will see. So, Mayapanchakam. A small difference between the Mayapanchakam and other Panchakams. We did talk about other Panchakams. What are they? Sadhana Panchakam, which is eulogizing sadhanas. 40 sadhanas are given in that 5 verses. 40 sadhanas for the preparing the mind to receive Atma Jnana. Eulogizing, praising sadhana. Then we have Kashi Panchakam, eulogizing the city of Kashi, which is within oneself, so to speak, which is the content and the truth of oneself. Then what else? Manisha Panchakam, eulogizing wisdom, regardless of which upadhi it might reside in. And then what else? What other Panchakam? Yati Panchakam or Kaupina Panchakam, eulogizing the Vairagya of the Yatis, who lead a very, very minimalist existence, but at the same time are totally content with themselves. And then we have the fifth Panchakam, Maya Panchakam. Shall we say it is eulogizing Maya? No. Here is a very, very big difference. Yeah. We don't want to eulogize that which is a mischief maker. What is Maya? Mischief maker. It has created so much mischief between Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. And I don't know who I am. Any given day I have to depend upon the validation of so many people. All these things. So mischief makers in the Shastra are not given any eulogy. In fact, they are not given any voice. You look, even in Bhagavad Gita, there is what? Arjuna uvacha, Sanjaya uvacha, Shri Bhagavan uvacha. But will you find Duryodhana uvacha? Never. In fact, Duryodhana talks in the first chapter. But he is given not direct speech, no airtime for the baddies, never in the Shastra. He is given indirect speech. Raja Vachanam Abravit. Then Pashyetam Panduputranam, etc., etc. Again go to Chandogya Upanishad, 8th chapter. There is Indra, the king of the Devas. And then there is Virochana, the king of the Asuras, baddies. Head of all the baddies. Okay? He is also not given any airtime. He doesn't have any dialogue in the whole Akhyayika. Akhyayika means story. In the whole story, he has no place at all. He is like a shadow of Indra, pun intended. And until he leaves, the teaching does not take place. Prajapati, the teacher, assures. So here too, since here also we are following the Shruti closely, Maya is not given. Maya, there is no eulogy for Maya. She is not praised, but still it is called Maya Panchakam. Why? Because we are doing a kind of what is that called? One-upmanship on Maya. As clever and cunning as Maya is, we are doing that. We are doing a flip the script on this Maya by pretending to praise the Maya, but from a Vyangyatmaka drishti, from the alankara, the figure of speech in all the 5 verses is what? Vyangya, sarcasm. So we know this sarcasm very well. So somebody wakes up at 10 o'clock and then you tell them what? Oh, today you've got up very early. Is that what you mean? That they got up very early? No, it's a sarcasm. Even in Sanskrit we have such things. Pandita Putraha. Pandita Putra means what? Looks like the intelligence is a recessive gene and it has skipped you. we are telling this Putra, father is Pandit. Maybe your son will also become a Pandita, but you are what? Pandita Putra means what? You are a dumb fellow. And similarly, oh, what a Brihaspati, meaning what? You are not Brihaspati at all. So in this sense, the verses must be taken from the standpoint of sarcasm, and then we can enjoy them really, really well. It will be fantastic if we take it like this. So then, do you really want to sit behind the tripod? Can you come here? Yeah. Good choice. Choiceless choice. I didn't give her a choice. So then so we don't start with even describing Maya. This is why. Even though it is Vyangyatmaka, even though the predominant sentiment here is what? Sarcasm. We don't start with a sarcastic tone for Maya. We start with me. That's why I said analysis in Sanskrit is called me mamsa. It's all about me. We start with the discussion of the Vastu as myself. What kind of a myself? The myself who is free of the bars of the cage. Suppose one is a prisoner. Let's say you're a prisoner. And then if you're a prisoner, then what? Then you are, you are in the prisoner is behind the bars of the cage. Even if the person is incarcerated for life, 20 years in the prison, still the prisoner will not confuse herself or himself to be the bars of the cage. There is some, the separation. There is a sakshita. I am imprisoned. I am not the prison. I am imprisoned by these bars. Some are golden bars, some are iron bars, some are clay bars. Nonetheless, they are bars. So, bar, he will tell you or she will tell you that I am imprisoned by these bars. This is what it is. Never the person, even though one may call prisoner, and this ER is like matup pratyaya in Sanskrit. Prison, asya asti iti prisoner. The one who has the prison or trich pratyaya, that is even better. So the one who is in the prison, but still the prisoner will never say, I am is equal to prison. If something happens to the prison, something happens to me. No. Similarly, in the hearts of everyone, there is a separation between oneself and the bars of the cage of the so-called samsara. What is samsara? Some sorrow or the other. Yeah. Very, very sorry. I am a samsari. That's all it is. Some sorrow or the other. This is what is samsara. And then, therefore, we have here a way of seeing this separation, to be even able to enjoy these verses. And that way is already inbuilt. Because if the sorrow were there all the time, if the pain were there all the time, if the broods of Atma Ajnanam assailed me all the time, then what would happen? Then I would be permanently sorry, permanently sad. Nowhere in this universe, not just this planet, even if we make contact with other planets and there are human-like beings there also, you will not find anybody permanently sad. Why? Because that is not the definition of the permanence which the Shastra describes as Satchidananda. Ananda is joy. Joy and sorrow are opposite, they don't go together. If joy is there, sorrow cannot come. And so nobody can be permanently sad. Even if you were to come and tell me, Swaminiji, I am very sad, I am permanently sad, I will say, please go to sleep. Yeah. In Vedanta class, one is doing that anyway. Yeah. One gets the best sleep in Vedanta class. If you want to know why, make it a satsang question. I will deal with it later. Because I don't want to digress now. So, this is, if you say, what is this? In sleep, what will happen? Whether the sleep comes inside Vedanta class or in your room, what happens to the sorrow? Gone. No sorrow. What is there in its place? Ananda. In fact, your friend wakes up. Come on, wake up. And you get angry little bit and wake up. Why do you get annoyed? Because you are enjoying ananda. When somebody wakes up, when somebody is woken up, there is ananda bhanga. Yes. That's why you should, we all know this, especially if you've been raised in the Indian culture. We know that we should never wake up the sleeping person, even in Vedanta class. so, so this is the, so therefore, we have what is called vyabhichara. Vyabhichara means contradiction. In the sleep state, and not even in the sleep state, suddenly you go outside, you see the mountains, you see the water, a smile comes on your face. You see a small child selling some things for arati. Please buy, please buy. It attaches yourself to your leg, and then you have a smile to see that innocence. What happened? The credit card debt is the same, and the spouse is the same, hasn't changed. The problems with the spouse is the same, the problems with the house is the same. Still you are able to smile. That is again a waking state vyabhichara, not just this between the sleep and the waking state. In the waking state itself there is vyabhichara. That means what? That means that this is not the reality. You know, somebody said, oh, why can't two realities be together? Why can't I be broken and also whole? This is what happens, in case you're curious, in these big world meetings called Parliament of World Religions. I was in one panel, the one lady was there from some other religion, I forget what. And then she gave her presentation. Mine was the last presentation, so I listened to these things. And so she said, we are both whole and we are also broken. Both are true at the same time, Yugapat. And this is confusing. Because if it is true that one is broken by sorrow, fear, all this anxiety, etc., and whole at the same time, are you able to accept this premise? Yes? No. If you said yes, please see me after class. We have to have a talk. The answer is no. Do you want to be sad? No. Do you want to be anxious? No. Do you want to be fearful? No. Do you want to be vengeful? No. Do you want to be angry? No. Do you want to be greedy? Of course not. Do you want to be unkind? No. I eschew these kinds of misunderstandings of myself. It is not acceptable to me. This reading of myself as broken and whole at the same time, and both of them occupying the same order of reality, is absolutely not acceptable to me. Why? Because I want to be happy. I want to be whole. I want to be free of limitations. I want to be complete. Except we don't know how to be complete. We think being complete means being well dressed. That's why, in the olden days, they used to have this, what is that called? Raymond suiting. Complete man. Become a complete man. The commercial, all these businesses exploit this incompleteness. And the modern contemporary rendition is all these gadgets which begin with a small I. You know what I'm talking about? iPhone, and then iPad, and if it is lost, iMad. Yeah. It replaces the I, but then the makers are very clear. You are the big I, this is the small I. But that small I is so ubiquitous. Without the phone, one is just not even there. Back to our discussion. This is non-acceptable to me. Because it is non-acceptable to me, it cannot be the truth of myself. Because if sorrow were the truth of us as a humanity, then we would have no other option except to accept it. We would be celebrating. Oh, 3 sad things happened to you this week. Congratulations. Do we do that? No. And when happy things happen, we don't send each other condolences. Oh, you're such a dharmic person. Three happy things happened. So sad. We don't say that. Happiness is not an aberration. Happiness is more familiar to me than my own name. It is my swarupa. Therefore, everything, it is so familiar to me. It is as familiar to me as the notes on the scale for a very, exalted, excellent musician. So you see, Pujya Swamiji used to tell this story. There was one Bade Ghulam Ali Khan, very accomplished person, and always sold out concerts. And he came to this particular city, alas, with a terrible cold and viral fever. The throat would not cooperate. But still, the tickets were sold, and he took some pills and potions and saw the doctors and everything, and decided to give the concert. But then in this particular raga, there was a high note which he knew he could not go to. So what did he do? He said, it is there. He pointed to it. Udhar hai. It is there. I can't go there today because of my problem here with the voice. I can't reach there, but you know it is there. I know it is there. Myself as Satchidananda is exactly like that only. It is there. I have tasted it in sleep. I have tasted it on the walks. I have tasted it in nature. And so this taste is not just something I want to be. It is something I already am. So the first verse of the Mayapanchakam opens with this truth, with this reality of who this I is without the bars of the cage of anyatha jnanam. Nirupama nitya niramshakepya khande nirupama nitya niramshakepya khande mayi chiti sarva vikalpanadishunye nirupama nitya niramshakepya khande mayi chiti sarva vikalpanadishunye घटयति जगदीश जीवभेदम् त्वघटितघटनापटीयसीमाया घटयति जगदीश जीवभेदम् त्वघटितघटनापटीयसीमाया together. Nirupama nitya niramshakepya khande mayi chiti sarva vikalpanadishunye घटयति जगदीश जीवभेदम् त्वघटितघटनापटीयसीमाया. So the first line is a picture of who the I is without the bars of the cage. What is my real nature? Only in that backdrop of having understood my true Swarupa, Maya we can have fun with. If the Mayapanchakam had begun with the description of Maya, that would have become the reality. That's where I would have got stuck. So that's why it is very beautifully done here. So, Mayi, that's why it is Mayi. Seventh case, in me. We start with myself alone. Mayi, seventh case, locative, means what? In me. Mayi. And who is this me? Chit. I am Chit. And Pujya Swamiji used to always say this. Sat and Chit are one. And Sakshat Swamiji also iterated this just now. So when I say I am, what am I saying? I know I am. I am is not just I am. It's not just isness. It is the articulation of the isness. And the articulation of this isness or amness is contingent upon the knowledge of the isness as I. Do you want me to repeat that? Yes. So the articulation of this isness is dependent upon, is contingent upon the knowledge of this isness. I am, or when I even let us take the wrong grammar at first. I is, right? Let us just take it for now. I is, then I am. How do you know? Are you here? You're scaring me. Yeah. Are you here? Yeah. Yes. And the yes comes, of course, after a little while. Yeah. The yes comes, and when you say yes, what did you do? Did you turn to the significant other or the person next to you and say, do I exist? Am I here? Please tell me. Huh? Pujya Swamiji used to say, Pooch ke bataungi, you know. I will ask and tell. No, there is no Poochna here. There is nothing to ask. There is nothing to tell. You don't have to look in the phone. Do I exist? Ah, okay, I'm here. No. It is a spontaneous outburst of your existence. Yes, I am here. This is what is called the self-evident self. The self-evident I. I am evident to myself, and everything in the whole Jagat, entire Jagat is what? Evident to me. I am self-evident, meaning I don't need another chit to come and say, hello, you exist. Like I have to tell the glasses, hello, you exist. The glasses become evident to me. The mic becomes evident to me. Table evident to me. Chair evident to me. So many bodies in the room evident to me. Windows, doors, clock, photos evident to me. Fans, lights evident to me. I evident to me. This is exactly what this is. And so this self-evident I, in every moment when this I ratifies its existence by saying I am, I am, I am, the ratification of this existence is dependent upon the knowledge that I exist, and that knowledge of my existence, which is inseparable from the existence itself, is called Chit, Sat Chit. This is what I am. And how long does this existence last? Are you here now? 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 Yes. And as long as we keep saying now, 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 the now is forever. In the now you can never be sad. We can try that. Are you sad now? Don't scare me, okay? First thing in the morning. Are you sad now? How about now? 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 Even if somebody were to go rogue and say, yes, I am sad, I will say, that was then. This is now. We have tricks. Otherwise, we won't ask such questions if we did not have the tricks. Now, the now is free of sorrow. Now is the truth of time. Now is the truth of space. Now is spaceless, timeless consciousness, Ananta, which has been translated as Ananda. Now is Ananda. Now is forever. So this is who I am, this Mayi in me, who is what? Chit. Chit means whenever you encounter the word Chit, then Sat and Ananda comes together. It drags in together because they are all inseparable. Satchidananda. So then Mayi Chiti, and what kind of Chit it is? Sarva Vikalpanadi Shunyaha. Shunya, bereft of, devoid of. Vikalpana, kalp, to make. Vikalp, to divide. Vikalpana, this is the abstract noun. Yut. So, vikalpanam, vikalpana, to go with the chit, which is feminine. Sarva vikalpanadi shunye. So, vikalpana is not there in which chit, which is what? Me. Vikalpana means a vision of division. No divisions are there. Again, go back to the sleep state. Are you aware that you are rich? No. Are you aware that you are poor? No. Are you aware that you are a man? No. Are you aware you are a woman? No. No such distinctions are there. That is what is Chaitanya. That is what is Chaitanya. And here we can use a technical term, anavachinna chaitanyam. Avachinna, as though conditioned by. Anavachinna, completely unconditioned consciousness. So in me, this unconditioned consciousness, not conditioned by time, not conditioned by space, unconditioned by even upadhi, the body, mind, sense complex. In me, and this me is again described further. So, sarva vikalpanadi shunye mayi. Adipadat, other divisions, all the divisions are there. Adi means not just divisions, but even, bhedas, different between me, and that's going to be described in line 2, between me and the world, Ishvara, Jagat, Jiva, etc. No bheda is there. In me that is free of any divisions. Anavachinna chaitanye mayi. We have to take it. Avachinna, limitations, constrictions, conditioning. But here there is no conditioning. What about the bars of the cage? That is mithya, we saw earlier. That is as though. That I take the bars of the cage to be real is something that I need to understand through the Shastra. Is something I need to drop. That is the problem. So in me, what is this me? Sat Swarupe Mayi. In me, which is in the form of this existence, which is the source of all, the whole entire creation, which is in the form of all knowledge, which is forever in that. In me, which is free of all divisions. And then what else? Nirupama. Nirupama means it doesn't have upama na vidyate yasya nirupama. Nirupama means, upama means what? Not what you have for breakfast, okay? Yeah. What is upama? Comparison. There is incomparable me. In the me that is incomparable. What are you going to compare Atma to? Tell me. Atma is like ... You can't say anything because Atma is unlike everything else. Atma cannot be compared to anything. Vedantic poets also have this problem. When they write poetry, they have a very difficult time. They have only two these comparisons, as though comparisons. One is Atma is like the sun, they will say. It shines indiscriminately, it is all shining sun. But really it is because of the Atma the sun is present. So really they are not on a par. Upama means two things must occupy the same order of reality. Here that's not the case at all. Then what else? The space. Atma is like space. Vyoma, Vyat. No, it's not like space. Space is because Atma is. Tasmad va etasmad atmana akashas sambhutah. This is Shastra Vakya. From this Atma alone has been what? As though born space. So the two cannot be compared. So Nirupama means there is no source of comparison. Why? Because it's the only thing there is. If you want to exercise the privilege of comparison, there should be at least two things in existence. Like you are looking at, you want to buy one fridge, let's say. You go to the shop and then there are 3, 4 fridges, 5, 6 fridges in the display in the electronic shop. Then you go to one and read all the features, how much electricity it uses. You open the door and see, oh, this has 6 shelves and one, what is that, ice maker. And the other one does not have ice maker, but it has a separate freezer. And the third one has one more thing. The fourth one, if you press a button, makes cold coffee. All these things you see. So, you see, you compare. But if you go to the shop and there's only one fridge, you can't compare. Compare means there should be at least two things. Nirupama, in me, who is beyond comparison. Why? Because there is only one thing and one thing alone, which is myself alone. Nothing is like me, nothing is unlike me, there is nothing other than me. And also, I am not, not subject to parts, because one part can be compared to the other part. Oh, my right hand, because it's the dominant hand, looks a little different from my left hand. There is Bheda. Swagata Bheda, this is called. Swagata Bheda means in this thing, this entity here, this body, mind, sense complex, which I call I right now, and on the Vyavaharika level, on the empirical plane, then I can say, oh, these two hands don't match. Even the fingerprints are different. I can say that. But can you say the left side of the Atma doesn't look the same as the right side of the Atma? No. Why? There is no left, no right. All that is left is the Atma. That's all there is left. There is no left, there is no right, there is nothing there. Swagata Bheda Rahita Atmani Mayi. There is nothing there. No Swagata Bheda, no Sajatiya Bheda, Nirupama means. No Sajatiya Bheda means there is many Atmas, and then this is the difference from one Atma to another. Adi Shankara gives this example in the Taittiriya Upanishad. So, Mahat Sugandhi Neela Utpalam. Utpalam means lotus. Mahat, big. Lotus, lily. Big. Mahat. Neela, blue. Sugandhi. Sugandhi means what? Fragrant. So many categories are there. Somebody said, bring me the lotus. What kind of lotus you want? Lily you want. Bring me the Mahadutpalam, bring me the big lily. There are many big lilies. Bring me the fragrant blue lily. There are many big blue lilies. Please bring me the big blue fragrant lily. Sat, Chit, Ananda is not like that. There is no jati there. There is no Sat jati, Chit jati. So sajatiya bheda, differences based on jati or species is not there. And there is nothing like the Atma, I. We shouldn't say Atma, we should say I. There is nothing like me. We have to own this up knowledge. There is nothing like me. There is nothing vijati also. There is nothing unlike me. And there is no difference in between me, because the I that we talk about is partless. In the partless I, how can there be big and small? Left and right? Nothing. Nothing is there. That's why it is called, one more word, let us look here, akhande. Oh, but it says khande. It says khande, but then before the kha, there is a little s. Yeah. That shows that this is a modern Sanskrit invention, because since Paninian time we have evidently got stupider and stupider, so therefore we need these things to show us that there an elision has taken place. Engaf padantad ati, that is the sutra. So after a, if a comes, it is elided. Akhande, the a is elided. Akhande means no swagata bheda, partless. So if this is the truth of me, what does that make me? Unchanging and the same in all periods of time. Nitya. Nitya. Nitya and then Niramshaka. Same thing. Akhanda and Niramshaka are one and the same thing. Amsha is parts. Niramsha, from whom all parts have departed. No parts. Not a single part is there in this partless I, which is what? Akhanda, therefore whole, therefore limitless. So it is whole today, like I had a wonderful day so far. I feel whole. And then what? Something happens as I leave the room. Somebody does not say hello, even though I said hello. Then what? Bad day started. Something happened. Is the I like that? No. Same all the time. Nitya. Trikalepi tishtati. Same thing. Unchanging it remains. Always whole, always limitless, unchangingly limitless. Not only when all the raga dveshas are being fulfilled, I am limitless. I am great. All the time, I am limitless. Mai, in me, which has these, we can't call them attributes, we can't call them characteristics. We can call them lakshanani, definitions. In me, with these definitions, thus defined I, in this I, who is not tall, short, body dharma, who is free of body dharma, who is not sad, anxious, free of mano dharma, free of indriya dharma, free of buddhi dharma, free of kartritvam, free of bhoktritvam, free of ahankriti, ahankara. In this I that is free of all these as though accoutrements, which I have taken to be myself, which I have taken to be real, I have taken the unreal to be real, that is the cause of the bars of the cage, that is the cause of the suffering. But in this me that is totally free of time, totally free of space, totally free of all conditioning as though conditioning attributes, including this body, mind, sense complex, in me. What is there? There is, that is this me. All that is there is Satchidananda. So, Nirupama, Niramshaka, Nitya, Akhanda, Sarva Vikalpana Rahita, they are not adjectives to the I. They are not dharma of the I. The I that is free of all dharma, these are what? Lakshanas. Like supposing you go somewhere, you are looking for a restaurant because you are very hungry. Then there is you don't know where it is. And the restaurant people also want you to find the restaurant. Why? Because they are also hungry for your wallet. Okay. So, so what do? They have put an arrow there with a board. Because maybe the restaurant is somewhere inside. You have to go a little bit inside in a little, what is that called? Cul-de-sac, a little gully. You have to go inside. So then you are looking, where is this restaurant? Very famous restaurant. I'm so hungry. So then you see a board. It says restaurant, and underneath the word restaurant, there is an arrow. What do you do when you see the arrow? You eat the board because you're so hungry. No. It is an indication to go that way. Correct? It is an arrow. Go here. You are going somewhere there. That is the wrong way. I'm showing you where our restaurant is. Come this side. It's an arrow. That is what Lakshana is. Lakshana is an arrow. So the words Nirupama, one arrow, Niramshaka, another arrow, Akhanda, third arrow, Nitya, fourth arrow, Sarva Vikalpana Shunya, fifth arrow. 5 arrows are there. Why? Because Maya is so strong. Ajnanam and its broods are so strong. One arrow is not sufficient. One arrow is not sufficient. Atma in the Kathopanishad is a very nice word. It's called Gahvareshtha. Gahvare tishtati. It is Gahvara means in difficult situations it is obtainable. It is obtaining. That Satya, that Satchidananda is there. You cannot really take it out as an object because it is the truth of the subject. The subject who is not subject to sorrow thinks himself to be mired in sorrow. This is the problem. So therefore, it is an indication. So then you see the board, oh, restaurant that way. Okay, I walk that way. When I walk there, I see the restaurant, I enter it. My hunger is satiated after going there and sitting down. Here also, same thing. These words are arrows that point to the eye. But then the eye doesn't need any pointing. But still, because of Atma Ajnanam, the pointing is needed. There is a difference between the board and the arrow leading to the restaurant, and then there is a difference between that and then what else? And the Satchidananda has 3 arrows to the eye. What is the difference? The restaurant, you are totally dependent upon the board, and then you say, okay, I looked at the board and then I reached the restaurant. Here, you look at the boards, you look at all these arrows, you look at Niramshaka, Nitya, Akhanda, Vikalpana Shunya, Sarva Vikalpana Shunya, as so many indicators that all point to who? Me. What kind of me? The self-evident I. So this is different from even the definition, the board leading to the restaurant. Because you have to reach the restaurant. Here you are already reached. You are never away from yourself. Nitya Buddha Mukta Shuddha Atma. Famous words of Adi Shankara in every bhashya, practically he uses that. He is very fond of this phrase. Nitya Buddha Mukta Shuddha Atma. Maybe the words are a little bit different, but all these 4 words you will find. So that which is free of everything, it is all-knowing. I am all-knowing. So I don't need even the Shastra to tell me who I am. So what is the use of this arrow? The use of this arrow, now I am using a pun, the arrow becomes an arrow to cut down Maya. That's what it is. The arrow becomes an arrow to kill off ajnanam, anyatha jnanam. And the eye, the self-shining eye, which was forever untouched by Maya, which is still untouched by Maya, comes there. Atma jnanam is 99% what? Negation. Neti, 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 neti. Na iti, na iti, na iti. This is what it is. 99% it is negation. Achedyoyam, negative word. Adahyoyam, akledyah, ashoshya evacha. Then little bit, what is it? There must be, see, if it's always, if it is 100% neti neti, then we will think it must be shunya. We will join our Buddhist friends. Okay, yeah. We will say this is shunya. The Buddhists will be very happy. They will say welcome. Yeah. No problem. Because nothing exists. In the Viveka Chudamani also we see this. Nothing exists. The student concludes. When the teacher says, do this nirasanam, do this negation, the student comes back in a panic and say, I don't exist. Nothing exists. Who is the one saying it? Me the great. Do you exist or not? Huh? Can you negate the negator? Never. So there is no shunya there. There is no nothing there. Something is there. And that something is the self-shining I. That something is you. Which doesn't require instruction, really speaking. Which has been eclipsed. Few days ago in the Western Hemisphere, in the Western world, we saw the eclipse photos. Total eclipse of the sun. Even to see the eclipse, you need the sun. Without the sun, you cannot see the eclipse. So as though eclipsing of ajnanam and anyatha jnanam is similar here. So once the ajnanam is gone, the self shines. And so that we don't mistake it to be non-existent, we have words like nitya. Here also we have negative words and also positive words. Let us look. So nirupama, that is a negative, that is negation. Then niramshaka, negation. Akhanda, negation. Sarva vikalpanadi shunya, negation. But then there is one word which affirms this. What is that? Nitya. Very good. Nitya. Because I don't want to mistake it as non-existent. Well, if this is not there, not there, not there, it is free of this, it's free of that, that means it is not non-existent. That is why 99% of Atma Jnanam is negation. Negation is nothing other than the removal of the Ajnanam. Ajnanam removed, Jnanam naturally shines. And since I am the self-evident I, it is known to me already. So then let us see who is the culprit of this. So in this me, ghatayati. Ghata, first conjugation. Generally Atmanepada, although sometimes Parasmaipada also is there. Ghatate. Ghata. Cheshtayam. Very nice explanation. Cheshta means just what children do. You know, cheshta means something they will keep on doing. The mother will say, what are you doing? Sit here quietly. 2 minutes later, again something else they will do. This is called cheshta, a certain restlessness without reason. So the word ghata is cheshta, always moving, like a 2-year-old, never still, like a puppy dog. You bring a puppy home, that means what, you know? You lose your peace of mind. It will never settle down. And so it will always be running, wanting this, wanting that. How much can you play? And then, you know, you get all played out and everything. Still it wants to play. There are some people in America, you know, some grandparents who study with me. And then they said one time that, you know, we won't come this week because our grandchildren are visiting. So then they will come next week to the classes. I said, okay. enjoy a visit with the grandchildren. Then they didn't turn up for 2 weeks. So in the second week, after the second week, then they both came. They looked very haggard and harried. Their children had married late. So then they were elderly, little bit. They were not young grandparents. So then I said, are you okay? What happened? They said they were just so rambunctious, both the children that came to visit us. They made us run around like anything. They said, why party? You have to sleep in the afternoon. Get up, take me here, take me there, do this with me, do that with me. Afterwards, we were too tired to, and then they said, oh, you know, you make this very well, make this for me, make that for me. Why don't you cook this for me? They said, we were so tired, we had to check into a hotel for a week to, to relax. That's why we missed the class. So this is Maya, okay? She is ever busy, like a rambunctious 5-year-old, 2-year-old, Ghatayati, causal, niche. Ghatayati means she causes this commotion. What does she do? What is the mischief she has made here? This Maya is the subject of the sentence in the next line, in the second line. Maya Ghatayati. Maya causes this mischief. What is that? Jagat Isha Jiva Bhedam Ghatayati. That is the object. Jagadisha Jiva Bhedam Ghatayati. Ghatayati means causes mischief, causes a conundrum, causes there to be a difference. Bheda, difference, division. We are not afraid of difference. It's division that is the problem. Division it causes, and what is the kind of division? Between Jiva. And who else? Isha. First between Jiva and another Jiva. Jiva yoho bhedaha. Between one Jiva and other Jiva. Oh, you look different, you are not like me, and I don't think you can be my friend. Jiva bheda. And then you are man, I am woman, we can't get along. Jiva bheda. Somebody wrote a book. Women are from Venus. Men are from... yeah, it looks like it's a popular book. Looks like it's a very popular book. At least the title, if not the contents. Yeah, so men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Jiva bheda. Jiva yoho bheda. Then Jiva Jagat bheda. Everything one gets startled. Somebody comes from behind, ooh, and one leaf falls. Because nowadays we have whatever, our autumn is in April, okay? Yeah. Nowadays leaf falls, you jump. Somebody comes from behind, you jump. Some noise somewhere 3 kilometers away, you jump. Yeah. Jiva Jagat Bheda. Fear. Jump means fear. And then Isha Jagat Bheda. That is also there. Ishvara is separate from the Jagat. This in fact is the misunderstood theology in many religions. God is in heaven. Then of course all it takes is for a Sunday school child to ask the question, why did God leave us here to suffer and go and sit in heaven? And the Sunday school teacher will say, keep quiet, you can't ask all these questions. So, Jiva Jagat Bheda, Isha Jagat Bheda, Jiva Bheda, and then finally the cherry on top of the cake, Isha Jiva Bheda. Jiva Isha Bheda. This is all I am, Swamiji talked about this earlier this morning. God is Sarvagnya. I don't know how to spell Sarvagnya. I am Alpagnya. God is the cause. What am I? Because. God is, Ishvara is all. I am small. Ishvara is God. And then you go like this, I am odd. This is the problem. Jiva Bheda, Jiva Isha Bheda, Jagad Isha Bheda, and Isha Jagat Bheda. Ghatayati, this mischief maker, very nicely she seems to have done this. How we will see in the next class. So then the Maya, this is the refrain. Refrain means like a chorus. Aghatita means that which has not happened, will never happen, is called aghatita. Ghatana, incident. That incident, the incidence of the Bheda being there, has it happened? Say no, so we can quickly move on. No. So that incidence of the Bheda which has not happened, she makes it happen. Aghatita ghatana patiyasi maya. Patiyasi means cleverer. More about that later. Why not say cleverest? We'll find out in the next class. Patiyasi maya. Cleverer maya. More we'll see later. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.